Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from June, and this has some audio attached to it as well. Hi, Ollie. You may refer to me by my nickname, June. I send a donation through PayPal. I will skip over explaining how your videos have impacted me so positively in my life as I maneuver through the treacherous emotional mazes that these narcs have set before me. I'm sure you get that a lot, so just know that you and your videos are like a sunbeam in never-ending tunnel of negativity and hate. I've never sent in a story before, but this last event was just too crazy not to share with you and your viewers. I created a video with the recorded conversation in the car and added subtitles the best I could, although my editing skills have been rough since dropping out of film school back in 2017. I'm in my early 20s and in my third year of college. I live in an apartment with my beloved dog named Cruz. For context, it's always been difficult for me to make friends. My family has shuffled me around a lot in terms of schooling throughout my life, so it has been very challenging for me to develop friendships over the years, and this narc knows it. I'm not sure if I would classify my parents as narcissists, but that's a story for another day. The point is, last year I met someone who I believed was truly my best friend. You can call him by his real name, Chris. We were together 24/7, always hanging out and laughing. We probably hung out 5 days a week, just watching TV and talking about life. Yeah, he wanted to date you. Guys don't hang out with girls like that unless they're interested in them. They don't. That's reality. If you ask me what I saw in him as a good friend, I probably couldn't give you an answer, which is sad. In the beginning, he wanted me to be his girl. Of course he did, and you strung him along the entire time. You see, you know what? Don't come at me with this bullshit. Don't come at me with this bullshit. You put a guy in a break glass in case of emergency situation, a guy you could string along, and that's exactly what you did. That's exactly what you did here. You knew he wanted to date you, but let's be friends. That is bullshit. That is a bullshit move, and you know it. And I'm calling you on it right at the get. Right at the get, because that is a woman who thinks through, who puts all her value in her vagina. And you wanted to see how much of your bullshit that this simp would take. In the beginning, he wanted me to be his girlfriend. I had been suffering with severe PTSD from my last boyfriend. So you're gonna run him through the same my last boyfriend fucked me over rigmarole bullshit to see how many hoops you can get this dude to jump through. Is that it? Is that it? I had been suffering with severe PTSD from my last major relationship with an abusive narc, so I made it clear from the start that I didn't want to date him or be his girlfriend. I truly only liked him as a friend and didn't find him particularly attractive to date anyway, inside and out. Wow, inside or out. Wow, but you wanted to be his friend. Huh? Huh? You didn't like him inside or out. He wasn't particularly attractive as someone to date anyway, inside or out, but you wanted to be his friend? What? 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 Oh, God. He went to the same college as I did, so we saw each other a lot and eventually became very close as we spent more time together. Let me ask you this. Was I ignorant to believe that this guy would be happy with just being friends? You weren't ignorant. You knew he didn't want to just be friends. You didn't believe it, and you never wanted him to believe it. Do you think that men in general are capable of a strict no-sex friendship with an attractive girl or vice versa? If it is, they must keep these dudes in a museum somewhere. Not really. Not hanging out. You could be friends with a girl, like, you know, I was friends with my neighbor, and I friends, but not somebody I hung out with 5 days a week, all day, talking about deep life. No, no, no. You wanted a fucking walking douchebag. You wanted somebody you could just douche out all your emotional bullshit, and he would just sit there and listen to you, blah, 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 blah. Right? Because you knew he wanted you. You knew he wanted to date you, and you were getting off on him, on it. I'm telling you. I'm calling you on it. I'm calling you on it. I won't bullshit you. I'm a pretty good-looking girl. I take good care of myself. I'm athletic, and I maintain a very healthy figure. And he wasn't in your league, right? I've had a lot of men ask me out over the years, but I reserve myself to the only 3 or 4 major boyfriends I've had over my life. And how did they work out for you with your PTSD and trauma that your walking douchebag has to listen to all your nonsense? I'm an introvert, and the concept of using my good looks to get attention is alien to me. I hate being the center of attention, so the idea of being stared at or flirted with is an awkward and uncomfortable notion, even though I don't really have issues with self-esteem. I can have a great conversation with a stranger. It just takes me an extra minute to engage, if that makes sense. I have serious trust issues, and this probably stems from the trauma of my narc relationship a few years ago. I don't know, maybe other things that contribute to that as well. On the other hand, Chris has been addicted to heroin, alcohol, and spent a few years in prison for multiple offenses in the past. And you were hanging out with him 5 days a week? We didn't fight at all in the first few months of knowing each other, but that changed quickly. I noticed that whenever he had an issue with me, he would wait until I had gone back to my house for the night to text me about it, asking why I had done this or why I had said that. We would hang out, everything going fine, and then as soon as I get home, he would blow up on my phone because he wanted to date you. And every time you would string him along, and after a long night of listening to all your bullshit, and he thinks he's putting in time. She wouldn't, because this guy can't get it through his head that you're using him. That you're using him. I don't know why after listening to me go on and on and on for 9 hours that he would blow up. And I'm like, come on. You knew what you were doing. I'm attractive. I'm athletic. He's not attractive inside or out. You sound horrible. We would hang out, everything going fine, and then as soon as I get home, he would blow up my phone. I learned fast that he was a coward who hid behind his phone rather than confronting me about things when they happened or when we were in person. I always thought I was walking on eggshells with him, and I'm supposed to be the more sensitive one. What's up with that? You're gaslighting him. You're gaslighting here. You're gaslighting. You're playing a game. You're playing a game with him, and you're trying to play a game with me right now. I got you. This game isn't even new. This game is so old. June. You want to see how much you can control through your vagina. How much bullshit men are going to put up with to get a shot at that vagina. Because that's what you put all your value in yourself into. Into looks, into your looks, and who wants to date you. Also, another red flag that I should have paid more attention to was even after I made it clear to Chris that I wanted to be friends and nothing else, I always got the impression that he wasn't satisfied with that, and you just kept stringing him along. Didn't you? Didn't you? One day I literally had to look him in the eye and say, hey, I was trying to be nice by not saying it so blunt, but it's never going to happen. Gee, if that's what he's always after, you knew it. You knew it, and you enjoyed torturing this guy. You enjoyed torturing this guy. And we can be friends or nothing at all. He didn't really say anything to that. Anyway, Chris and I went to a party over this last Mother's Day weekend for one of his coworkers' birthdays. He has a pool of 4 or 5 friends that he always chooses between to hang out with. He would say to me, well, I was going to hang out with Katie tonight, but I'd rather hang out with you. Or I know we had plans when I'm going to chill with Adrian instead, and shit like that. I felt like he was walking in a grocery store, picking off the shelf which friend he was going to hang out with that day. Aw, you mean he was choosing other people over your vagina? Just as I thought. Just as I thought. You're trying to see who he's hanging out with, but you don't want to date him, but you want the allure of June's vagina, okay, to hold court over him, right? Right? I can't wait to get to this audio. I can't even imagine what it is. You know, it seemed like he wanted to hang out with you every day. You said you were hanging out with him 5 days a week, right? Hours and hours and hours. Now he's going because you don't, hey, it's never going to happen. You put it up in caps. It's never going to happen. So what do you care if he's picking other friends off the shelf for? Ugh, you're horrible. You are horrible. You're horrible. So for the party, he told me that I was the only one who didn't ditch him that day, and he asked me if I could drive him and attend the party. I said yes, feeling kind of like his last choice off the shelf. Kind of like how you've been making him feel. That's bullshit. Let me tell you something. Somebody told him, you want to get June? Start blowing her off a little bit. Start blowing her off a little bit. I was the Pepsi when he asked for Coca-Cola, if you catch my drift. He wanted you to be his Coca-Cola, and you rejected him. And then, just to show you're all about who wants to fuck you, June, okay, the second he starts making plans with other people, now you're the Pepsi to his Coca-Cola. Which way do you want it? You want him to sit there and be your emotional douchebag. To listen to all your blather and all your bullshit and no payoff for him at the end. And you wanted to see how long he would sit there and listen to your fucking bullshit. How powerful is my pussy? So drive him to the party. Of course you did. Of course you did. The value of your pussy's been challenged. So of course you're going to come running. That's how you get girls like you. Easy. You just don't pay attention. And you come running. Because all your value's in your vagina. All you got to do is let you think there's another vagina that's more valuable than yours, and boy, do you come running. So I drive him to the party, and immediately I feel weird. I know nobody at this house, so I stick close to Chris at first, and he introduces me to his work friends. After this ends, he starts to sort of ignore me and get into deep conversations about work with a couple people. Oh, so you need to be the center of attention as well, because you have no ability, because you know all you have is your vagina. You got nothing else to offer these people, right? Right? The only reason you're there is because you felt insecure. The only reason you're there. I'm awkwardly just standing there while having nobody to talk to at this party. Eventually, I strike up a conversation with somebody in the kitchen. I was relieved since I had been standing around silently like a weirdo for the first few minutes since we arrived. We talked for maybe 20 minutes, and Chris moved on to talk with other people at that point. It's called a party. That's why. There's multiple people come to a party, princess. It's not all about you. For 20 minutes? I mean, you're talking about a few minutes. I strike up a conversation, was relieved. I've just been standing around silently like a weirdo for the first few minutes since we... So you need instant gratification. The first few minutes, can't get your bearings. You need instant. You got to be wonderful to be around, June. You must be wonderful to be around. When we first arrived, Chris noticed a river that was very close to the house. Only a few minutes passed before he unzipped his pants and started pissing into the river. On the way the house is built, you can see the river from the kitchen window of the house, and it's very close. That being said, anyone in the kitchen could probably see Chris's dick if they glanced out the window. I just noted to myself how weird that was. Why wasn't he embarrassed by this? I remember walking past him while he was doing this and just flicking his hat. You were flicking his hat while he had his dick in his hand pissing? You didn't... Gee, I mean, I don't know why this guy would get crossed signals from you. It seems you don't want to date him, but you don't want anybody else to either. It's not good enough for you. But he can't have anyone else. Is that it? Is that it? Is that what's going on with him? Or is he just your emergency dick, break glass in case of emergency? And you don't like it when your emergency dick tries to get out? Is that what this is? Is that what this is? I mean, like a literal flick with the middle of with my middle and thumb finger on the side of his hat. I don't know why I did this. I think I was just trying to do a cute little gesture or something. Certainly not trying to make fun of or mock him, and I didn't take it off his head, which he claims I did when we got in the car. He said nothing after I did this, so I went inside and I heard people saying they were about to take shots. Gee, like, you flick his hat while he's taking a piss. I mean, I don't drink that much. My mother has issues with alcohol, and liquor mostly just makes me sick. But this was a party. Everyone was drinking a lot and having fun. So I went all out and wanted to loosen up and took some shots, laughing and joking with people in the kitchen. I had exactly 3 shots and a half a can of light beer throughout the night, so I wasn't exactly shit-faced by the time we left. All I know is I had a great time meeting and talking to a couple people, having honest conversations and laughing. So what were you bitching about standing around for the first few minutes then? I wasn't flirting with anyone, and that's not my thing. All I recall is having a good time and talking with some cool friends I never had met before. Chris didn't say much to me, but I figured that was because he was having a chill time with his coworkers. For someone like me, enjoying a party with a bunch of warm, friendly strangers is so wonderful, since I almost never have the chance to go to parties or clubs in the first place, and most of them are trashy at my college. Finally, Chris comes up to me and tells me it's time to leave. I say goodbye to the nice folks I had met at the party, and we both head for the car. The second we get out of earshot from the house, Chris turns around to me and looks at me with this crazy glare. He mutters something about me ditching him, making him look like an idiot, taking his hat, etc. Immediately, I stopped walking them to my car since I had been in such a good mood, and here he was with this furious attitude coming out of nowhere. I truly had no idea what he was talking about. I asked him why he was mad at me, and honestly, the look on his face scared me. He looked like he was about to murder someone, with red cheeks and eyes like a serial killer. He he got in the car and suddenly started silently screaming for me to get in the car too. How do you silently scream? What? You know that hush, furious voice that raging people use when they're trying to keep their anger away from public spaces? It's like a quiet yell through their teeth with crazy eyes. When I say he looked crazy, I mean he looked downright insane. He kept whispering for me to shut up, to shut the fuck up and get in the car. Like I said, I had been drinking at the party, so I wasn't 100% clairvoyant. But when I saw this anger come out of him, it just stopped. I just stopped in surprise, asking him why he was mad at me. At the party, he was cool, treating me like normal. However, as soon as we got to the car, out of sight from the party, this crazy anger comes out of nowhere. Is waiting to be away from public spaces to rage a common narcissist trait? Only now do I see that he had been waiting for us to be alone before unleashing his fury on me, for not being by his side the whole night. When I refused to get in the car while he was yelling at me, he realized that we were still in earshot of some of his coworkers. Since I was asking why he was mad at me on the curb next to my car, his work friends could clearly... Oh, you were making a scene for his work friends, that's why. I got it. I got what you were doing. I got what you were doing. You're trying to make him look crazy in front of his work friends. That's what you were doing. Oh, you're terrible. This is all a game for you, isn't it? This is all a game for you, June, isn't it? Like, you understood he wanted to go and he was trying to keep it in earshot, but you kept deciding to stay out of the car. You're very manipulative. You're very manipulative. When he caught on to this, he started to screech at me to get in the car so his friends couldn't see the scene that I was causing by asking where this anger was coming from in the first place. He shouted at me that I was going to get him arrested. This just confused me further. Since he was acting like a crazy person, I told him that I could drive myself home. I was fully aware that I wasn't okay to drive, but at the time I would have risked a DUI rather than be around this insane person for another second. I should have gotten an Uber, but my first priority was getting my dog from Chris's house since we had played with him to get his energy out before the party. In the audio, he states multiple times how wasted I am, but like I said, I wasn't completely smashed at all. Eventually, I climbed in the backseat of my car, still shaken and confused at why the hell my best friend was so furious at me out of the blue. It's true I was tipsy while I was in the car. My slurred speech is kind of embarrassing too, but I also remember Chris drinking at least as much, if not more, as me. Since he's still a borderline alcoholic who drinks every day, his tolerance might have been higher than mine. I don't know. What I do know is that on the drunk scale, I was probably 4 or 5 out of 10, if I'm honest. I usually stop before getting close to 7 out of 10, or I just get sick. I guess he thought that I wouldn't remember the barrage of insults and belittlements that he threw at me that night. Unfortunately for him, I recorded the entire thing. Like I said, I had been in an abusive relationship before and had learned a long time ago to record my interactions with people who flip personalities out of nowhere and become verbally or physically abusive. I wish I had learned how to stay away from people like this in the first place. Stupid me. In the end, Chris turned out to be a monster with deep-seated anger issues or something. I don't know. This wasn't the first time he had flipped personalities on me and called me names, but luckily for me, it would be the last time. After the recording ends, he dashed out of my car without pulling the parking brake and ran out of my garage into the night. Of course, the next day, he sent me an apology text by the dozen like he always does after yelling and calling me names, asking, can we talk? Over and over, I have not spoken a word to him since that night, either in person or digitally. I'm enjoying no contact, even though I've lost my best friend. I guess he was never my best friend to begin with. I left a few things over his house, including a PlayStation 3 that night. However, no material object is worth having to put myself in this person's space ever again, so I really don't give a shit. Again, thank you for everything you do, Ollie. I'll be spending the rest of my summer and the rest of my life going no contact with this person, as well as trying to make some new friends and are stepping out of my introvert bubble. I think I'm going to swear off liquor too, since there are many negative people in my life who drink to excess already. Let me know what you think about this douche after listening to the recording, and what can I do to avoid narcs in the future when trying to branch out.
Why are you mad at me? I was having a good time.
Let's just stop talking about it. So here's the deal. Here's what's happening, because I know that you're in a drunk fit and you're not going to agree with me, but we're driving, so try to jump out of it.
But I don't
Right,
understand.
Shut the fuck up. Listen. You're not safe to drive home. You thought you were safe to drive home back there. Do you remember saying that? I'm good to drive. Let me drive. Do you remember saying that real quick?
Yes.
Are you good to drive?
Because I don't know where this is coming from, and I don't know what's wrong.
I don't care where it's coming from. Here's where it's going. I'm not going to let you drive home, but you're not.
No, I don't want to drive home.
Please listen.
But I don't know what's going on.
Okay, then continue to not know.
You're drunk. You're drunk. He sounds sober and rational right now. And I notice you keep going in and out from crying to not crying.
What's going on? Just listen and try to figure it out, okay?
You're making me really sad,
I don't
dude.
care. Please just listen.
Because I don't
Can you
understand.
listen?
You won't even let him talk. See, you're talking over him, gaslighting him. You know what you're doing here. This is bullshit. This is bullshit, June. This is bullshit.
You're all about communication, but you fucking delete me anytime we fucking get in a fight. And then I try to talk
You're
right now.
so mad at me. You're so mad at me, and I don't understand.
He's not. He's just talking. He's talking rationally. And you're just whining over him. You're horrible. You're horrible. You're a girl who thinks through her vagina and wants to think she can whine and cry and histrionic her way into getting whatever she wants.
Can I talk? Yes. Please?
Yes, please tell me why you're mad at me.
I'm not going to even try to go down that fucking rabbit hole. But listen, please, here's what's going on right now. Is you're not good to drive.
No, I'm not.
Hang on!
I agree.
Let me fucking finish, please. Can I please take the mic for fucking 60 seconds? You took a half hour throwing a bitch fit in front of fucking all my coworkers, yelling at me not getting in the car while the car's fucking turned on.
I didn't.
You did!
No.
You fucking did!
I was asking you why you were mad at me.
Same point. You made a shit fit to embarrass him in front of his coworkers. That's what you did. You're trying to embarrass him. Why? Because you don't want him to have any coworker friends. You don't want him to meet any other girls at work. That's why. That's why you did it. Because you think through your vagina. You think he sounds completely rational. You sound like a drunken, spoiled brat. Thank God because how I was reading it, I'm like, God, maybe. I always like in the back of my head, maybe I got this one wrong, but no. It's you're every female user stereotype, June. You're horrible. You're horrible. You know exactly what you're doing to this guy. Exactly what you're doing to him.
At me.
Okay,
I don't understand where this is coming from.
I'm not going to get pulled into this. Here's what's going to happen. You're not going to drive home. I am going to drive home.
Yes.
I can either take you home right now and then immediately bring Cruz back and then I will Uber home.
No.
You'll have your car. Or I can go to my house and we can pick up Cruz right away.
And again, remember what my other... the dogs. The love of her life is a fucking dog. The dog. The dog again. The dog. You're every stereotype. I bet your social media pictures are you in that dog, right? That dog comes before everything else in your life, right? Right? This doesn't sound anything like you typed to me about what happened, that he went running out and he's freaking out in the car. When you write that his eyes are seething and red, that's histrionic. That's over dramatizing, that sticks out like a sore thumb. Because you do that to overcompensate for your own bad behavior, which is all over here. You're like, yeah, I sound a little tipsy. No, you sound fall down, annoying, drunk.
You don't get out of the car. We get cruise and then you go home. That's your two options. I don't care. I don't care. That's the two options you get. I don't care if you want to call the cops on me, say that I'm drunk. By the time they get me, I will be at home.
Why would I call the cops on you?
Fucking will.
Because you're bitter. Want to know why? Because you're bitter and you're angry when you get rejected. You're the type of woman who would alienate a man from his child. You're the type of woman. You're the one who does that stuff. You're the type that would make up domestic violence charges. It would make up false allegations. Absolutely, you would. Absolutely, because you don't like being rejected. He's just supposed to sit there and take your bullshit.
Why would I call the cops on you?
What do you want to do? Just tell me, please. You don't want to go home right now. So without you jumping out, I don't give a fuck actually. Once I get to my house, as long as you get your fucking dog, I don't care. But you're not driving home. I'm not gonna let you get a fucking DUI no matter how much I fucking hate you. You will get a DUI if you drive home tonight. So you're not driving home tonight. But I will take.
I love how you think that this makes him look bad. I mean, that's the scariest thing for me, June. So I'm having to think that you sent this in to me, okay? And for $10, that I'm gonna just, give you the wake up call that you need. I guess I am. Because I know a lot of people write this stuff and send this stuff in to me just to be called out on your bullshit. So I'm thinking that you probably just need to be called out on your bullshit, and that's what you need.
Gladly. You and your dog. So what do you want to do? Because your exit's coming out right now. I can drop.
I don't know why you're so mad at me.
What does it matter? What you're trying to get him to say, I love you, June, because you won't date me, because you need it. You need she's begging I don't know why you're mad at me. You know why he's mad. He's mad at your overall behavior. He's sick of being strung along. He's sick of being your emotional douchebag. And you just suck up the supply. You're a vampire, June. A borderline histrionic vampire.
Why does it matter?
Because you're my best friend.
You need to go home.
Because you're my best friend, and I don't understand what I did. And you're breaking my heart, dude. Because I love you.
I love you.
Honestly, please stop. I just want to get you home and make sure you don't get a fucking DUI. So can you help me help you, please?
Just drop me off, I guess.
And I can bring Cruz right back to you.
Yeah. I don't understand.
Well, we already fucking passed exit, so we're going to my house first. We're grabbing Cruz. He's gonna get in the car. You can sit wherever you want. I don't care. Sitting in the back seat is such a statement. Fucking joke, dude.
I don't know why you're mad at me.
And you never will. You fucking never will.
I don't understand. I was trying to talk
You
to
don't.
this.
No, and that's not. You still think that's why I'm mad. That's funny.
Well,
That's
why
you
are
think
you
I'm
mad? I
I'm
don't
mad that you caused a
understand.
scene, dude.
Because you were mad at me when I got to
I
the
didn't
car.
say I was mad.
She deliberately went out of her way. He wasn't mad. She went out of her way to cause a fucking scene. That's what she did. That's what she did. She went out of her way to cause a scene. And you're trying to make it into something that it's not.
Fuck, dude, you keep repeating
did.
yourself. Should have just let you fucking drive home, fucking get arrested, fucking teach your ass a fucking lesson, dude. I'm sorry, but you've never had to go. I'm just gonna fucking stop, dude. I'm gonna stop. And if you please would respect me, please stop too. Please. Just don't. Please. give a fuck what you fucking thought.
that
I don't
you
care what you
treat me
think,
like
thought,
this.
think, ever gonna fucking think again. I don't care.
I don't know why you're being so cruel to me.
I don't care. Please stop talking.
I don't
It's weird.
understand.
It's like a cycle of guys. It's weird. I don't fucking know what it is. There's one.
You're not my
common-
boyfriend.
there's
You're
one
my
common-
best
I
friend.
don't give a fuck.
Imagine listening to this bullshit and you're not even dating her. That's what she expects.
I don't understand what I did.
Oh, shut up. You're horrible.
No.
You're just going to keep going and going and going until he says it. Right? Because you need it. You need it. You need it. You need it.
I don't care if you understand. Continue thinking that forever. I don't give a fuck. Just don't hit me up tomorrow. Don't ever hit me up again, please. Fucking, you almost got my ass arrested. You didn't threaten to call the cops at me. You literally almost just got the fucking cops called.
How?
Well, I have a fucking cartridge and I'm fucking tipsy.
What
and
did
I'm
I
drunk.
do?
You were making a fucking scene,
'Cause
you
you
dumb
were-
fucking
'cause you
cunt.
were
And yes, I fucking mean it, you fucking cunt. I mean those fucking 4 letters right now. You almost got me arrested tonight because you fucking couldn't talk. You fucking had to cause a scene and you're so fucking drunk that you don't even fucking see it.
So what he had was he has a marijuana cart, like a dab cart, and she's drunk, causing a scene, bringing attention. Yeah, that's why he's mad. That's why he's mad, because everywhere she goes, she probably causes a fucking scene when she doesn't get her way.
Fucking dumb, dude. You're the dumbest fucking smart person I've ever fucking seen in my life. You can threaten, call the cops all you want, but once you fucking pull that shit, I'm fucking done. I'm fucking 29 years old. I don't need no fucking childish bullshit. I fucking know how to drink and control my liquor. And yes, I drink every fucking day, but I don't get fucking obnoxious like that.
Can you tell me what I did?
No?
No? What did I do?
Dude, if you ask me to tell you what you did one more time,
'Cause I don't
I really
understand.
feel like I'm gonna snap, and I don't want to fucking snap. Please, so can you just not?
So you're not gonna tell me what I did? And my best friend is
I'm
furious
not your
at
best
me.
friend, dude. I'm not your fucking best friend.
You keep
Why?
saying best friend so she knows you're not his girlfriend. It's a gaslight. She's trying to freaking needle this guy over the edge.
Not.
I don't
Just stop.
understand.
Just stop. I don't want to be your fucking best friend. I don't want to fucking even know you, to be honest. I don't.
Because why?
You're so fucking dumb, dude. I'm
Why?
sorry. I don't mean to talk down to you, but you're fucking dumb.
You're gonna call me names?
You're dumb right now. You're dumb.
Because I'm intoxicated.
don't
And I
care.
know
I
that.
don't get drunk and fucking
But all I know is that my fucking friend is mad at me. And I don't understand why.
More fake tears. More fake tears. This poor guy.
Let's get through this, please.
I don't understand.
Should be nice and easy. You embarrassed me. You really did. Not.
How?
Hang on. Not because I cared that you were talking to other people. Not because I cared.
I was talking to
on!
one person.
Yo, you want me to fucking tell you, and then I go to talk and you just don't. You
Tell
keep
me.
screaming the same shit.
Tell me.
Shut up. I wasn't mad
Shut
at you
up.
for that. I'm not mad at you for that. I'm never gonna be mad at you for that.
Telling me
It's
to
stupid.
shut up. I would never
Okay.
tell you to shut up. I would
She's
never
horrible.
call you a cunt.
Horrible.
Yeah,
Horrible!
I really meant it at that time.
But why?
Dude, it's almost getting comical right now. Like, I'm gonna film you and put you on YouTube if you keep it up. Just
She
stop.
did it herself. She's that
You
comical.
won't tell
Just
me
stop.
what I did. I'm not your girlfriend.
I don't
Yeah, exactly. There it is. I'm not your girlfriend. She's trying to needle. She wants him to snap that he can't have that pussy. That's what it is. That's what it is, because that's all you care about, June, is who wants to fuck you. Oh, you need that supply. You need this guy to be crying at your feet. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Trying to meet your coworkers. They were cool. Shut the fuck up? You're telling me to shut the fuck up.
Politely, yes. I don't know how else to say it.
My best friend in the whole world is telling me to shut the fuck up.
Do you have anything?
Histrionic, over-dramatized bullshit.
Off tomorrow. I really can't. But do you have anything that you need tonight besides your puppy? Do you? Can you answer, please, like an adult?
I don't. Like what?
No, anything.
Can't even answer a question. You can't even answer a question.
Besides cruise. Anything.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, you don't know what you could have left at his house, really. This is what, and this is probably what it's like to hang out with her. Just this vague, suck every bit of energy out of your fucking life, this girl.
House?
I can bring like your PS3 over and stuff tomorrow.
I don't want you to
And
do
just
that.
Just stop.
I don't want you to
Please
do
stop.
that.
I'm telling you
Dude.
what's gonna happen.
So he offered to give you the PS3 and all that. No, you want him to keep it because that's your leash. That's your way in to just keep him on the fucking hook. I hope he got rid of the PS3, to be honest with you, because I know what you're doing. You're doing the ex-girlfriend trick, and you never even dated him, where you hide shit in his house hoping that the new girl will find it. You're horrible. You don't want to date him, but you don't want anybody else to either, right? He's just got to sit there and pine away for your pussy, right? While you sit whine. This guy did you a favor. Should have left you there, even though it was your car. Or let you drive. But it could have killed someone else. And yeah, so what? He's been to prison. He understands the consequences. Consequences, obviously you don't understand. I heard him say he's 29. And what, you're in your third year of college? Just stringing this dude along, right?
Did I do? I don't understand.
So done hearing what if I have to hear what did I do one more time, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Please stop saying that. You said it literally a million times.
You won't answer me.
Oh my god.
I don't understand.
Dude, honestly, I'm crazy, but you're fucking crazy too, dude. You're fucking crazy. You really are.
How?
You're fucking crazy.
How?
Do you not see that you've been repeating yourself for the last hour?
Because you won't answer me.
And she put in parentheses 10 minutes, like that matters. Did you see that?
I'm crazy, but you're fucking crazy too, dude. You're fucking crazy. You really are.
How?
You're fucking crazy.
How?
Do you not see that you've been repeating yourself for the last hour?
It's been 10 minutes. Who cares? And I'm sure that's what you were screaming. Wait a minute. You're correcting that it's been 10 minutes when you said you were standing outside the car saying, what did I do? You're not even good at gaslighting. You're not even good at it.
Because you won't answer me.
How many times
I don't understand what I did.
Are you gonna say it again?
Because you won't tell me.
And those are the three things you've been saying.
What did I do?
When you're drunk, you're
Calling
smart.
me an
You're
idiot.
smart when you're sober. I think you shouldn't drink.
You're calling me an idiot.
I don't think you should
You're
drink.
calling me a cunt.
I don't think you
And I
should.
don't
What
understand
happened to the
why.
tears?
Yes and yes. Correct again. You don't. And yes, I told you that. And yes, yes. All of the above.
Why are you being so mean to me?
Because you're an
I
emotional
would never
vampire.
fucking say that to you, ever. This fucking hurts, dude. I don't get it. For my best friend to be calling me these names and stuff, I mean,
Fuck! Fuck!
You're my best friend, dude.
Dude, I don't care, man. You can fucking pull out your fucking titties and try to suck my dick right now. I'm fucking done with you. You think anything that you say, I don't give a fuck if you're drunk.
Why
I
would
don't
I
wanna be around you. Ever. Ever. So say what you want. I don't care that it hurts you. I'm done. I don't care for you anymore. I don't care that you fucking care. I
Why?
don't.
Why?
Go ahead and I'm not even going to try to explain to you. I'm so sick of repeating.
No, what's weird is she listened to this, edited it, and she doesn't know why he wouldn't want to be around her at this point. Doesn't see it. Sent this in thinking that I was going to side with her. Or maybe not. Maybe she just wants to be called out on her bullshit.
It's so annoying, dude. That's like one of my worst pet peeves ever. Why? I literally didn't fucking try to tell you 100 times. And then I tell you, then you fucking misinterpret it. And then you fucking say that you didn't do it.
Because I was talking to someone else at the party?
Still not why.
Well,
no.
then why?
Because you caused a scene when I tried to ask you about it. Nicely.
Ask about what?
Nice, dude. I wasn't mean. I didn't say anything.
You wanted him to be... See, this is it. This is it. Got it. You wanted him to be mad. And when you saw the opportunity, like, oh, you were talking to so-and-so, you caused the scene. That's what you did. You wanted him to be jealous. You wanted him to be mad. And he wasn't. That's the problem. Because that's you thinking through your vagina.
But I don't understand what I did.
Yo, okay.
You were angry at me and I don't know why. Dude.
Now I'm angry. You're right. You're damn straight. Damn straight.
I was talking to fucking what's his name about
Dude, that's not
Iraq
why I'm
and
mad.
Afghanistan.
That's not why I'm mad.
She wants that to be why you're mad.
Why?
She wants that to be the reason. She wants him to be pissed off that's it. And it isn't about that. It's about the scene she caused on the way to the car. Because you're horrible, June. You are horrible.
Because you literally wouldn't get in the car to go get your fucking dog.
Because you were mad at me.
I wasn't mad. Dude, I'm still telling you I wasn't mad. And you're still not getting it. You're too fucking dumb right now. Not
dumb.
always, but right now, yeah, you're dumb as fuck.
I'm dumb as fuck.
Right now, yes, you are. You fucking are. I'm sorry, buddy. I know. Right now, you are the dumbest person I've ever met. You don't
I'm
get
the
it.
dumbest
You don't-
person you've ever
You don't
met.
get it. You still don't get it. You're drunk.
She never
dude.
will.
You're fucking not getting it. And
It
you
doesn't
have-
matter if you think you've had the same amount to do. Like, you got the same amount and it was only 10 minutes. And you're horrible. You're horrible. You're a child and you don't even know how to debate. You don't even know what a real counterpoint is. You know why? Because this is all about him wanting to lust after your vagina. You needing him to lust after your vagina. That's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. Fear that your break glass in case of emergency dick might be wandering off and might be escaping his little box.
A little bit of things we got from
I took your hat by the river? Like, that's what you said. You said something about me taking your hat. What?
Idiot.
I'm an
I
idiot.
can't talk to you right now. I can't.
You're calling me an
I
idiot.
can't talk to you right
And
now.
you're calling me
Marielle,
dumb.
Marielle, I'm sorry.
I would never call you that.
Okay, I'm
I
sorry.
would never do that to you. I would never call you
Here's the
names.
histrionics. Here it is. She got nowhere to go, and now here's the spiral. It's such bullshit. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. More manipulation. I feel
No matter
terrible.
what, I would never call you names.
Ugh. No, you'll only cause a scene at his job. String him along for who knows how long. That's what you'll do. Listen to these fake tears. This is fake. This is fake. This is so fake. I feel for the person who has to deal with this long term. Because you're going to make somebody's life miserable long term unless you change this, June. Okay? This isn't cute. It isn't endearing. No. Yeah. You're a fucking joke, dude. You're the joke, June. You're the joke. You are a stereotype of a spoiled, entitled little brat whose only value is her vagina. Is who wants to fuck you. And you putting all your value in this guy based on whether or not he wants to chase you around and who he wants to hang out with. You said it yourself, like he's choosing other people, even though it's never gonna fucking happen, you told him. This, you're horrible. You're horrible. Borderline personality with all the histrionic helpings that you can pile on top. That's you, June. He may have issues, but you're the major issue. You're the problem. So, but thank you for the contribution, the story, and the audio. I really appreciate it. I do hope it helps. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been the Narcissistic Resistance. Take care.